Hey all, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I am Darren, and today I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this Weber Searwood pellet grill that I got. I had it about 6 months now, and I really put it through its paces, and I'm really not really happy with a lot of the things on this particular pellet grill, especially for the cost. And I really would have thought that Weber could have improved on their old smoke fire, but let me get into it. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Full disclosure, guys, I paid for this grill out of my own pocket. It was not given to me by Weber. The thoughts and opinions on this particular grill are my own. They're not from anybody else. It's just my particular experience using this grill, the Searwood XL 600. Like I said, I was not sponsored by or given this grill by Weber. I paid for it out of my own pocket, which is one of the reasons why I was really disappointed with it. All right, all. So let me give you my rundown on this Weber Searwood pellet smoker. This is their newly released pellet smoker. I had the original smoke fire that they had back in a couple of years ago. Their first iteration of a pellet grill that they tried. They on that particular smoker grill, they had a different kind of auger system where it actually the pellet the pellet hopper was in the back of the system, and it fed the pellets down with gravity kind of this way into the auger, which was vertical, that kind of went straight down, so you didn't have any issues with the auger jamming up and all that. But what it had was the gravity wouldn't pull the pellets down on a consistent basis. You were always having to come into the back and push the pellets down into the auger. So they got rid of that whole design, and they decided to pretty much come out with a standard pellet grill that a lot of the other brands set up. They have the pellet hopper here on the side, the auger and the auger channel go this way into the fire pot, which is in the center of the smoker, and they just feed horizontally into the pellet hopper, or the pellet the fire pit, or the fire box. So they just kind of go this way, and so it's pretty much a standard everyday, all the other different brands, Pit Boss and Traeger, the same one that they use. So they went away from being more innovative to let's just put out a standard pellet smoker. So I thought I'd give it a shot and see if they improved. But one of the things I found out with this really early on was you have to clean this thing out just about after every single cook, and there's no easy way to do it. There's no little clean out for the firebox. You have to actually take everything apart. You got to take all your racks off of here. You got to take your little deflector steel plate here, take that off. You have to take off your cover for the fire bucket, and you've got to vacuum everything out. You got to scrape down the ash and the grease that collects on the sides here, because it will mix with the ash, the grease will, and you have to push it down to get it to go out into the area that you can take it out and clean it out on the bottom. So I found out early on that if you don't clean this out after at least every 2 cooks, you're going to have issues with your auger backing up. It will leave stuff in the firebox, and it will back up your auger. And I had that happen twice, so I decided that I was going to clean it out after every other cook, and it started working better when I did that. But like I said, that just means it's a lot more work. You got to keep this thing clean. You can't just empty out the firebox and with ash and go from there. You got to actually take this whole thing apart and clean it. Another thing I found that's a real pain in the butt is you have to either use Weber's pellets or pellets that are really small, like these pecan pellets will actually work because they're mostly smaller. They don't have any real super long pieces. I used some Pit Boss pellets that I got cheap. I got them BOGO, and this system did not like them at all. It jammed up the auger. The auger started making a whole bunch of noise. It wasn't feeding the pellets right. I got inconsistent temps all the way, and I had to take them all out, take out from the pellet hopper out of the auger. I had to vacuum that out for it to start working right again. So you really need to have smaller pellets or it won't perform at all, pretty much. It locked up. I had one time this was on regular pellets and not the Pit Boss pellets, where it overfed the pellets because it couldn't read the temperature right for some reason, and it overfed into the fire pit, and it overflowed the pellets were just coming out all over the place, and it couldn't keep a constant temperature. So I actually had to shut it off, vacuum it all out again, and try to get it to re-go. And I finally, made it to where it was consistently working again. But this is probably the most labor-intensive pellet smoker I've owned, as far as having to baby it, keep it up, and all that. Now, I haven't had any problems with the app working right or the Wi-Fi working right. One of the things I don't like, or even the probes seem to be reading everything right. I had issues with the temperature that was actually what the digital display was showing and the app was showing, and what was actually in the firebox in here in the smoke area. But probably about 10 degrees here or there, mostly on the lower side. So if it said 700 here, it was maybe 670 or so in there, which you're always going to have some kind of variance as far as that goes. But one of the things I don't like about this is you pretty much don't have a whole lot of things you can do from here. You got to use the app for a lot of the adjustments. So, but not a whole lot of problems with that. My biggest issue with this particular smoker is the fact that you have to clean it out very often, and you got to break everything down. It's no easy thing. And you have to use the smaller pellets. You can't use any pellet you want. You have to either use the Weber pellets or find a brand that has the smaller pellets to it. And that's about it, guys. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a smokestack. I've found that these type of grills, and it proved it on this one as well, that it just has an opening in the back here that goes across the whole lid, where the smoke just kind of comes out. I don't think it keeps the smoke in there long enough to build up a really good smoke profile or bark on your barbecue. It just kind of rolls once and then comes out the back, where if you had a smokestack, it actually circulates in the chamber a lot more before going out the smokestack. So that's neither here nor there. I bought this knowing that had that setup, but I've had these type of grills for a couple times now, and that's what I found, is that without a smokestack, it's got the smoke doesn't stay in there long enough to perpetuate a good smoke profile on your meat. So that's about it, guys. I really, like I said, I was looking forward to this because I thought maybe Weber had learned their lesson from the smoke fire, and that they were going to put out something that all the things that they learned, they would put out something that was going to be superior to anything else on the market. For over $1,000, you would have thought so. But like I said, this for me is not something I'm going to keep on my deck, just for the fact that I constantly have to keep it clean, have to use certain pellets, and it's just a pain in the butt to keep clean. So that's about it, guys. You can put in comments in below. You might have one of these and you love it. You'll see other videos, people out there doing reviews on them that will just sing the praises on these as well. But for me, There's a lot better pellet grills on the market that are, you know, less labor intensive, get better smoke profiles, and you don't have to worry about just keeping your eye on it all the time. One of the things about having a pellet grill is you don't want to have to keep your eye on it all the time. And I found that I had to do that so often on this one because of the auger problems that I was having and using the different pellets and just keeping it clean. So there you go, guys. That's my opinion. That's all it is. If you don't like it, that's okay. Just letting you know my honest opinion on this particular grill. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and I will see you on the next Fire and Water cooking video.